once again, we're going to replace the valve cover gasket, the air intake hose. We're also going to take the air intake out so we can look at the timing belt and the pulleys on the timing belt, see if they're not broken. We're going to start by removing first the cap where the valve cover is, then we'll remove the air intake and go from there. Also, the tools that you're going to need is 1/4 inch ratchet, 3/8 ratchet, flathead screwdriver, needle nose pliers, a magnet, an extension for your 3/8. If you got available, you could also use your impact to take some of the stuff off so it could be quicker. So I got a 1/4 inch and 3/8 extension for that. 5mm Allen head for the small ratchet, and that should be about it. So we'll start off by removing the oil cap. And we'll use the 5mm. And you also want a magnetic tray so you can put all your screws and stuff in. That way you don't lose any of them. Try to keep track where all the screws go. So that's done. Now we just gotta remove the back hose over here. Grab the needle nose. You wanna remove the air intake valve. And I find it easier just to turn right here and then just pull out. Okay, and just may as well take these out of the way. Put them in my magnetic tray. This cover up. Get that out of the way. As you can see, I got oil all over the place in this valve cover. Now it looks like it's coming through these screws right here on top. I have replaced it before, but I never changed the O-rings on it, so it actually looks like it moved too. And it's not as bad as, I have 2 of these little cars, so it's not as bad as the other one that I did the other day. You can see the oil right here, and here. Hopefully it's not too much in the spark plug wires. Alright, we'll get to that in a minute. Let's take off this air intake hose, and so you loosen up both the clamps. And then you got this sensor right here. Just take it out, put it down, and then do this just. Oh, and you can see why I'm replacing the air intake, because they all rip. Every single one of these rip, so it's shame on Chevy for not guaranteeing that part for you. So, all right, now we got that. Might as well just take it all the way off of this, because I'm going to be taking this air box so we can get to this cover right here. So, got that out of the way. We're going to have to remove these to put them on the new one. We'll do that towards the end. Here's the new replacement part. There's a difference on this one. Instead of this valve being over here, it's over here now. But the hose reaches, so shouldn't have no problem. I'm going to take this out of the way right now so I don't have to deal with it later. And you're going to need a 10mm socket. So I'm not sure if we're going to need this big old extension. Oh, I grabbed the wrong one. This is the wrong one. Sorry. I got this Makita Impact, which is real nice. Real good for a lot of things. Let's see here. This is what we get. 3 bolts on this. 1 right here in the front, 2 right here in the back. So it'll be a good time for you to replace your air filter at the same time. Be cautious because these air filters, sometimes the little plastic right here breaks off on them and you will be in real bad shape. My air filter actually does need to be changed, but I didn't have one, so I will get one another day. And you put these 2 bolts right here. These bolts over there. And here's what we're gonna get at. This cover right here. It's got a 2 10mm. So we could actually remove that right now because once we take this valve cover off, it's actually gonna come off anyway. So might as well just get that done and over with right now. And we could actually do that because with a ratchet, because I don't think I'd be able to get it. So it's got 1 screw right here. And then another screw on the opposite side. And I have to remove this hose too. Come on, just being stubborn, it doesn't want to come off. Okay, here's 1. Put that right there. That's for I don't know why they're being so stubborn today. Come on. And other cars, mine's a stick shift, so it doesn't have the air conditioning lines here. So that would be a big difference on another car. You might have to remove a couple extra things just so you could get to this. Move some hoses out of the way for the air conditioning from right here where our alternator's at. So, okay, and we just move this hose out of the way. Let's see if we can actually, you know what, as a matter of fact. Alright, so we're gonna add another one to this. It's gonna be a 12mm. 12mm to remove this heater core line, I believe it is. Or if not, no, it's the power steering line. So, I know you can't see it, but I'm actually doing this because I actually researched some of this stuff on YouTube and couldn't find the exact way to do any of this stuff, but when I get the chance, I'll show you how to do the valve cover and what I had to do for my timing chain and all that stuff for taking out the water pump and had to break some stuff up. So, okay, so you just remove that out of the way. You remove this out of the way. You could actually take this off, but I didn't have to do it on mine. So it's got clips right here. It's got a clip on top. It's got a clip right here on the side. And then another clip back here. And to the clip. Third screw. And screw. to have a third screw on this belt, timing belt cover. It's very important that you actually do look at your timing belt pulleys, because they're made out of plastic and eventually they will break. And you will either need a new engine or be spending a lot of money just repairing it. So now that we got this loose, let's see if we can get this out of the way one way or another. So, I don't know why it's being so difficult with me. Here's the timing cover for the top, and there's another piece on the bottom. Open up the garage door. And here's what I'm trying to get to you. See this pulley right here?
Is it locked?
No. It's actually pretty good shape. So is the other one. So my car's only got 80,000 miles, so in about another, I want to say another 50 to, no, not even. Well, it looks like it's starting to crack around, so.
You know something? In India, it is against our religion to use bad language. And we don't like to use bad words, but in this case, you need to figure out the fucking words.
Now it's actually good, so.
Hey, Joe.
Just bring it in here. So we're good on that, but we're still gonna have to take this off. And here's how we'll do that now. There you go. Where is he? Nah. Oh, put him in here. Get.
Go.
Huh? What? They're gonna freeze. I mean, they're still gonna freeze. I don't know. All right. Just give me the beer. They do freeze though. Did you? Oh yeah, you did. Here. No. You don't need that. You need more wood. Back to work.
Ah, it's cool.
Sorry, no, dry. Alright, now you're gonna need a marker or something to mark your wires. Sometimes you won't remember firing position, so you got 1, 2, 3, and 4 up here. So you're marking 1, 2, 3, and 4. Oh, you also need a marker. And now you just pull these out, wires, plugs, put them to the side. 2. Looking pretty good right now. Oh, this one looks like it got a little bit of oil on there. 3 and 4. This one looks like it got a little bit of oil on there too. Now we just got these, put them to the side. This is your actually your rubber gasket that goes on this thing back here. Put that back here. You actually got a sensor right here. Just pull it out. A little bit. That's being difficult on me. Okay. Push the tab in. You're done. Just put it to the side. Okay. Now you got 2 hoses. You're gonna have to break this one right here. And this one you're just gonna have to pry out. So for quicker and easier access, we're gonna go with just the impact. So I think you got a total of 16 or 15. 1, 3, 15 bolts. And I don't know if you can see the oil. There's a lot of oil on top right here on some of the wires. Some of it's leaking through the sides, on the sides over there. So here we go. Very cold outside today, so it's like -20 with the wind chill outside today. But we got a little heat over there. There you go. Here's the O-rings I was telling you that maybe some of the oil is coming into there. So now you can actually cut that off. I'm pretty sure there's a tool somewhere out there to just reuse that thing, but I don't have it, so leave me alone. We need some clippers. Clip that off. And this is my Harbor Freight tool set. Tough son of a gun. I'm just gonna get rid of the hair pliers. A real set of flying pliers. A little bit of that hard. Wow. Even for that, it's kind of hard. Come on now. Okay. I'm pretty sure we loosened it up a little bit with doing all that, but if not, use the same trick. Spin it around a little bit. There you go. Loose. Same thing with this one. And take all these off because sometimes the cover's stuck on there real good. And if you pop it, you'll lose some of your screws there. And sometimes they're a pain in the ass to get out. That's why I told you need a magnet. Okay. you want to be real careful you don't damage this valve cover as you're prying it up, because if you damage it, then you're going to have to buy that next, so you don't want to do that. Okay. Alright. Now, these hoses off. And there goes our gasket's really nice enough. Look at that. It's actually not too bad in shape, huh? And here you go. There's your old gasket. It's your new one. You can see right here where the oil started leaking out there. Right here it was leaking out. Right here it's real bad right here. Right here it was already leaking out of there. So, next thing you do is get yourself a little razor if you can find one. I just so happen to have some here. And you just want to clean up the silicone they had on there and all the excess. Just clean it all off, and you have a little rag somewhere. I got this low here. And try not to get too much garbage into the valve covers. Be careful when you go to these back ones. Make sure you don't nick any of the fuel injector lines or anything, wires. And you'll really be hating yourself for all that stuff. You make one little job turn into a whole bunch of other jobs. So hopefully, just like this. Grab this, clean it up as best as you can. And I'm gonna get some little towels. Okay, grab all these little towels. And I got some, I do believe it's paint thinner, but I don't want to go ahead and say paint thinner because I'm not sure. Paint thinner. Soak the rag. And just clean a little excess off that you can. This you use for your wires. I know people say, yeah, it's gonna eat through the plastic. Who cares? Wires you could always get new. excess. Get a rag and you'll be fine. This right here, I'm just going to turn up because you're going to put your here's where we're going to run into problems. We got a little bit of gasket sealant here. We gotta get that all out of the way because if not, you're not going to make your and you just want to I have longer fingernails now that I cut them off. I mean, shit. I'm trying my best. Dirt out of there. Then you gotta wipe this off though. Because you don't want that to eat your gasket. I know some of the thinners do into your gasket and I like to clean little parts with stuff like this. If you do got a little oil leaking behind there, now's the time to address it. Okay. Let's make sure all this cleaned up. Okay. Pretty much done, man. So now that we got this open, now we can actually try to get some of this stuff cleaned up. With ink in a rag, take off some of this old silicone here. I actually used to have a paintbrush to wash some of this crap off, but it fell in tonight. I think they did this silicone so you could hold their gasket in place, but for me, just put it on and put it on, that's it. So this one's not that bad actually. It's not that dry, I don't think it's that old, but it's not as hard as the other one that I took off the other day. And here we go. This is our new gasket. And leave this one in here real quick. There we go. It's our new valve cover gasket. And you can see this one's a lot more looser than this one's a little bit more stiff. So, and these are the O-rings that go on the top right here. And what you want to do with these, you can actually pop them off with a little blade or a hook of some kind. Remember, there's 15 of these. Here. My other car, I did the same thing. What I didn't realize is that the gasket, when I was trying to put it on, this was so hard. It stood on the top of this and I thought it was part of it. And I tried to put my gasket on there and I wasn't paying attention, and it wouldn't go on, so I ended up taking it apart again, looking at it again twice, until I finally figured out that this was actually not part of it. So be careful, because sometimes it might look like it's part of something, but it just gets real brittle over time because it gets so hot in the engine. It could be cause of, all the parts get so hot, rubber dries up, and so what I want to do first is, I'm actually going to do this first. These little things back down. So we got one, two, three, you don't feel like they're going in right, and we put all the bolts back on and paint them down, they should just pop right into place. I'm no professional mechanic, but I think it takes a rocket scientist to figure any of this stuff out if you really want to pay attention to it. I think it's harder to operate a damn camera than it is to do this. I don't believe I dropped them. Where exactly it fell, I'm not sure. There it is. Okay. And just try to put them in as tight as you can. Because remember, you still got to put your gasket. So just move all your old gaskets and everything, because you're going to put this on. Okay. you want to put this back in its place. So, just put it on. I'm pretty sure it's got some grooves in there where all the little things are supposed to go on, and some other. Oh wait, I got it backwards on. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Sorry about the lack of light. Come on now. I don't know why it doesn't want to hold in place here. There we go. Go. There are a couple of groove marks, and right here in the corner, right here on the top, this corner, and that's about it. But it's on there for now. All you gotta do is slide this puppy on, make sure everything's good. Make sure you got all your wires out of the way so it won't disturb you. Crimp any of your fuel injector wires or anything, because it will hurt you in the long run. Now make sure you got all your little pins on top. Okay. And all your bolts will go in. They say crisscross pattern, so take your time when you're doing it. And you want to start them off in. So once you put them all in, just make sure you tighten them down just a little bit, because, like I said, make sure you got all your O-rings on there. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, 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 yes. Make sure you pay attention to make sure that they're right good. So now we just want to grab our, and by hand, because you don't want to crisscross threads here, just start it off as much as you can. You tighten a little bit. I mean, what you're trying to avoid is trying to crisscross all these threads, because I could just imagine myself how bad it would get trying to get one of these off again. You don't want to pay somebody to do that for you again. just needed to tighten mine up. My bolts up a little bit, but who knows? Got my daughter crying in the background. You alright?
Yeah.
You done with the game?
No.
So, and it sure looks like, I mean, so we're gonna start crisscrossing now. Need to have it just tight enough for the next one to match up. And we'll be able to tell in a couple cases at this also. So now, you just go with the impact under there. There you go. Okay, I don't know what the torque spec is for this, but I guarantee it's not an impact. Okay. See, it can only go so far with these. You can only go so far with these things. Bottoms out and that's it. You can't. And let's see. Let's just go through them again. Okay. I'm out of battery on this top one. Still got a couple minutes, I guess. So now, all you gotta do is just put everything back in place. How you want to do that, that's up to you. You know, don't forget, you gotta put a clamp on this now. So I'm gonna put that other clamp off. And I mean, just clean up as much as you can of that oil. Like I said, I used to have a brush for the paint there and stuff, so I can just clean it. And like I said, hey, whoever wants to scream about you gotta use thinner on this, whatever. Not my problem. Okay, so now we just put our wires back and see if we could actually put our wires back together. Do some paper towels. We used to have a terry cloth, but who knows what the hell it is. And be careful, make sure you don't erase your numbers, which I think I did. So we know this one's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yeah, that's what I get for not paying attention there. That's all right. As long as we got our numbers on this thing, that's all I care about. So that's 2. That's 3. 1, 2. And let's make sure we get this all cleaned up. Careful, because when you put these on, see, it slides off. All this oil off of there. And if you actually do this, you could actually do your whole tune up. Alright, I mean, ain't no point in just keeping it. But I ain't got the money right now, so just keep it like that. Back together. Okay, let's get a hose clamp. Now I got some hose clamps right here. And here we go. Just open it up all the way. Or no, actually not. This hose. I'm thinking about something else I had the other day where I needed to. Ouch. Come on now. There you go. Come on, baby, get in. Come on. Come on. Okay, it's nice and tight. And for you, those of you that do actually got a 2004, this right here is made out of plastic. You're gonna have to order yourself one of these aluminum ones, and you could actually change the thermostat in it. Okay, so now we can put our crank positioning sensor, I believe it is, back in.